Hi guys, before beginning this guide, you'll have to have an unlock bootloader. That's all you need. If you don't know how to unlock the bootloader, I'll have a link on how to do it. I'll put the link up here. Follow that tutorial and unlock your bootloader. Alright, once you have unlocked the bootloader, it'll probably wipe your device. Now, if you already unlocked the bootloader, rooted your phone, you're ready to go. Now, you don't need a computer if you're using a USB OTG cable along with a flash drive, right? But I know a lot of you don't have this, right? Because you can go ahead and put all your files on your USB flash drive and you could do it all from your phone. But just in case you don't have it, I'm going to show you using a computer. But the process is exactly the same. At this point, I assume that you have unlocked your bootloader and have twrp recovery installed. When you root your phone, you probably installed twrp recovery. Now, most likely you have installed the regular twrp. But for this install, you'll need twrp BlueSpark twrp. All right, go ahead and download all the required files onto your computer. All right, or also you can download it on your USB OTG. And for this first step, you only really need the twrp BlueSpark zip. All right, so go and put that on your phone, and we're gonna go ahead and simply reboot into twrp recovery. So I'm gonna go ahead and power off, and I'm gonna go ahead and hold down volume down and the power. All right, keep holding it down and let go when you see twrp recovery. Now, I already have Blue twrp recovery installed here, and I'm ready to go. But if you don't have Blue twrp recovery installed, there's additional step you gotta do, which is basically install BlueSpark twrp zip file. All right, confirm to flash. Now, also at this point, if you want to make a backup of your current ROM, go ahead and make a backup. All right, you can do it after or before installing twrp. Now, installing this ROM involves actually wiping your whole data, wiping your device. So after you make a backup, transfer the twrp directory to your computer, or you can also make a backup directly to your USB flash drive. That is why this is very useful. So you can install ROMs, backup ROMs, without having a computer. All right, so at this point, go ahead and make a backup of your ROM and make sure your ROM is off your phone, since this doesn't have a micro SD card. All right, once you have done that, we're gonna go ahead and reboot recovery. All right, and this will boot us into Blue twrp recovery. All right, next we're going to wipe data. All right, go ahead and wipe format data. This will erase everything on your phone. All right, this is required because otherwise your phone stays encrypted. Wipe everything. All right, this is where you're gonna need a computer or USB OTG. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to my computer. Sorry, my computer is actually not working. So imagine this is your computer and you're gonna go ahead and copy over these files, all right? Copy over the firmware file and the ROM file, all right? And also Magisk. Sorry, I just installed a Windows 10 computer and for some reason my computer is not connecting as a disk drive. I really don't have time to diagnose it at this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into install and I'm gonna actually select USB OTG, or you should have copied the files over, and I'm gonna go ahead and select the OnePlus 6 Oxygen 22 OTA. This is the latest Pi firmware, all right? And also you're gonna add more zips and you're gonna go ahead and install the twrp BlueSpark zip file. All right, because after you install stock firmware, if you reboot into twrp recovery, which we're gonna do, you're gonna lose your twrp recovery. So that's why you have to flash both files. So install the firmware and reinstall the BlueSpark, and we're gonna leave this alone and we'll be back. All right, you'll see that the installation of the firmware has been complete, and it's gonna reinstall the BlueSpark twrp, all right, the zip file. And that way we can reboot into twrp recovery. And because there's A and B slots, and usually you only have to flash to one, but just to be safe, if you wanna make it boot the first time, it's better to flash to both slots, all right? Especially if you're coming from a custom ROM. All right, so hit the home button. We're gonna go ahead and reboot recovery. All right, and usually you can just go ahead and install the ROM from this point on, but just to be safe, like I said, and took me quite a while, I had to redo this, and it's not an easy process to do this all over and over. All right, next you're gonna do is you are going to do install and go ahead and select the firmware. You should see it there. In my case, since I'm not using a computer, I'm going to go ahead and select OTG, and I'm going to go ahead and flash the OnePlus 6 Oxygen ROM again, add more zips, and I'm going to flash BlueSpark again and confirm to flash. So twice flashing just to make sure it boots. Now, it's a great idea to have a USB OTG cable and a USB flash drive, just because the OnePlus 6 does not have a micro SD card. That's one of the things that sucks about it when you install a custom ROM. If something goes wrong, you lose everything in your internal storage, or if you install a ROM like this, you have to do a data wipe. Unfortunately, OnePlus 6, I think the way they implemented the A/B slot is a little flawed, honestly, and that's why we have to go do these extra steps. Yes, unfortunately. All right, when that's done, we're gonna reboot into twrp one more time and finally do a regular install. Yeah, I know this is a very painstaking process, but if you don't follow these instructions exactly, this is actually straight off from the XDA developer instructions on the thread. You may mess up your phone. Go to wipe and go to advanced, and we're gonna wipe dalvik art, system, and data. Swipe to wipe. And you can probably just do a regular factory reset, but I like to do that to make a clean install. Hit the home button, install, and go ahead and find the Pixel Experience ROM. You should have copied over to your internal storage, or if you're using OTG cable, I got it right here. And also, if you want root, go ahead and select Magisk after that, add more zips, confirm to flash, and that's pretty much it. When you're done with this, you should have a full Pixel Experience ROM running on your OnePlus 6, and hopefully we'll get it booted. All right, don't worry about the error with the Magisk. We may have to reboot into twrp and install Magisk. All right, before you reboot, go ahead and also install twrp installer zip file again. Otherwise, you will lose twrp. And every time you install a ROM, every time you install firmware, you'll have to reinstall twrp recovery. All right, just on this phone. All right, reboot system now. And boom shakalaka. If you see this, you're good to go. And yeah, it's a real relief when you get it booting the first time. So if you follow these instructions, you should boot it the first time. Okay, looks like everything's working real well. Now at this point, if you want roots, go ahead and reboot into twrp recovery, shut it off, volume down, power, and go ahead and install. I'm not sure why it's not BlueSpark here, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead and install Magisk. All right, this time it should install. Yeah, for installing Magisk, you don't really need the BlueSpark, but this should be fine. Yeah, I'm not actually sure why it switched to the regular Magisk. Sorry, regular twrp. Well, let's go ahead and reboot system now. We should be good. Don't need the USB OTG cable. But yeah, if you guys need a USB OTG cable, I will definitely have a link to this. This cable also comes with a lot of Samsung phones in the form of the small little white thingy. But definitely, if you're gonna flash a lot of ROMs, definitely this come in handy so you can install all your backups in there, and all that good stuff. All right, at this point, if you don't have Magisk showing up, you'll have to install Magisk Manager separately. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and download the Magisk Manager APK, and once you install that, you should be good to go. Oops. Link. Okay. And let's install Magisk Manager. And boom shakalaka. All right, fully rooted. Let's see if it passes safety net. I haven't actually checked. So there's, I think, a workaround around it. There's like a module you can install. So look into that if you need safety net pass. But you should now have a fully pixelified OnePlus 6. Hit the thumbs up. Have a great day. I do have an overview of this ROM. If you didn't see that, I'll put the link in the description below and also over here. Have a great day, and as always, stay on Android.